Hello, ISPA. Greetings from Hong Kong. I'm so sorry that I can't be there with you all in person this year. It really breaks my heart not to be there with you. But I'm so excited to see Lori Hutchinson recognized with the Visionary Award. You know, I think what made her a visionary is she saw in this industry that there were spas who needed great people, but that the industry was filled with great people, and that somehow we just needed to find each other. And she spent her life helping connect people, helping get to know people, and learning about what people's dreams and hopes and aspirations were, and then helping them to achieve those dreams. And you know, it was just what she did, and she did it on such a human scale of just really wanting to get to know people and to help people move forward. And look around the room. This whole association is a room full of people that connect on a human level and that want to help each other succeed. And for me, Lori Hutchinson was a huge influence in the spirit of this association and what we have become. And I'm so grateful to her, my dear friend, Lori Hutchinson. We're so grateful for all that you've done. And we couldn't be more excited to see you receive this recognition from ISPA. Thank you.
Please stand together and welcome Lori's family to the stage.
Thank you all. Lori Hutchinson loved small world stories, so I'm going to tell you one of her favorites. Lori got her start in the hotel business back in the 1970s at the Stanford Court Hotel in San Francisco, which was in those days the only five-star hotel in a city of great hotels. It was a magical place, atop Nob Hill with a magical team, a magical staff. And among those magical people was a woman by the name of Kathy Hooks, who was the director of catering at the Stanford Court. And over the years, as people went off into their careers, Lori stayed in touch with Kathy. They would see each other at Stanford Court reunion parties from time to time. And when Kathy's husband died years later, she decided to take a therapeutic cruise with some friends through the Mediterranean. And when her cruise ship got to Istanbul, Kathy told her friends, "I need a day off today for myself." She hopped in a cab and said, "Take me to the finest hotel in Istanbul," which some of you know is a city full of fine hotels. It was 2010. As it happened, Lori was at that very moment attending a wellness conference at the Hotel Kempinski in Istanbul. She slipped out of a lecture that day to use the ladies' room and stepped out into the vast marble lobby outside the conference room. And as she made her way along, she noticed a solitary figure approaching her and turned to find Kathy Hooks approaching her with tears running down her face. And the next thing you knew, they were in each other's arms, crying all over each other. But go figure. What are the odds that Kathy's cabbie would have delivered her to that hotel at precisely that moment and that the two of them would have found each other? Lori loved those small world stories because she loved connecting with people. And even more, she loved connecting people to one another. And from that passion, she had the vision to launch a recruiting firm, Hutchinson Consulting, so that she could connect wonderful people to wonderful organizations. She was simply the best networker that I ever knew. So let's try something. All of you, think back. If you ever asked Lori to recruit somebody for you, if you were ever recruited by Lori, If she ever gave you advice about your resume or interviewed you or snuck around a corner with you at ISPA to discuss your career with you or served on a committee with you or led a seminar you attended or invited to send your resume to us or mentored you or befriended you or gave you her business card or introduced herself to you on the elevator, please stand. Lori was quite a networker. Thank you. Lori was also a pragmatic business person who saw opportunities and made them happen. After 10 years or so of very successful recruiting for hotels and resorts, Lori came to me one day and suggested that we start recruiting for spas. Lori, visionary. Me, knucklehead. What? Lori, you're nuts. And by the way, what in the name of Mike is a spa? Lori saw what I yet didn't, a thriving global business network of people like you. Eventually, Lori and I started thinking about an exit strategy. Sell to another company, turn Hutchinson Consulting over to our wonderful employees. It was a tough nut for us to crack. We had a wonderful team, we had a wonderful brand. How to preserve those precious assets? One day, Lori came to me and said, we should hire Michael Tompkins. What? Lori, you're nuts. Michael is the chairman of ISPA. He doesn't want to come to work for Hutchinson Consulting. Well, little did I know that Lori was already bending Michael's ear, and so it came to pass. In the last weeks of Lori's life, we agreed that Michael would join Hutchinson Consulting with an eye towards eventually taking it over. In January of this year, Michael took the reins with his partners, Christine Huffman and Carol Stratford. Lori saw that, and she made it happen. Lori was a great friend and admirer of all of you, and a great contributor to this industry. But that was only half of her. I felt I should bring the other half along for this tribute today. Hey, other half, get out here, will you? I just heard my grandson squawking back there. I think they're pacifying him as I speak. In the wife. Hey, buddy. In the wife, mother, and grandmother department, Lori Hutchinson was as good as they come. So along with me, my daughter Kate, my son Tucker, my grandson Jack, and my little granddaughter Gracie, give thanks to all of you. Thank you. God bless you.